Square Media is proud to present to you the best Quad City sports talk radio show in the world. With the face who runs the place, T-Roy, the OG on the marquee, J-Bird, and the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City sports talk radio show. We're not the Quad City sports talk radio show. We are your Quad City sports talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn.
What a day. What a Tuesday.
Tuesday? Did you get your leaves raked?
Not yet.
Yeah, I didn't go
Going
by
to,
rake
though.
either. Did you get to do it after this?
Yeah. I got a meeting after this. I'll probably do it Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's going to be another nice day tomorrow. But, I mean, I'll take this weather.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love it. Yeah, you listen to ESPN 1170 AM.
You got the
Don't
shorts
Hassle Us,
on?
Local. Yeah, I got the shorts
I
on.
put the shorts on, absolutely.
Promised the dog a walk later.
Nice.
He's excited. He just looking. He was looking a little down in the dumps. I don't know what it was.
Okay.
And so I was like, "Hey, man, relax.
You need to get some exercise.
Later on today, we're gonna get you some fresh air. Don't worry about it.
There you go.
So he's excited about that. So it should be. Yeah, it'll be a nice day.
Does he like to jump around in leaves?
That's a good question.
I think my dog's just trying to figure it out. Because there's just a pile, basically, just in one area that all the leaves seem to fall to, and he's like running through them.
When I put him in a big pile, we'll see what happens then.
Okay.
I'll get it. The other house, it wasn't so bad, the leaves, so I could like do the lawn mowing thing, and then it was done.
Yeah.
This, like I said, now at this house, like you were talking about yesterday, I am just in this neighborhood where it just,
Yeah.
and I'm looking up, and the tree doesn't have any leaves, but I still see leaves falling from somewhere. So yeah, but I'm gonna do it now while it's nice out. And,
Yeah. It's a good couple days to get it done.
get after it. We had Monday Night Football game last night.
All right.
The 49ers finally have won a game at home. It's been a long time since the 2019 NFC Championship. That was the last time that they won a game at home. So,
That's a different monster when they can run the ball.
44 times for 156 yards. Racked up 39 minutes and 3 seconds of possession. Wow.
Those are good things.
Rams really need this bye week.
Yeah.
They need to get it straight here.
Yeah. Sorry for everybody's fantasy team this is gonna hurt this week. But,
I know. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
That's definitely me. And
if you are looking to trade Cooper Kupp, maybe this is the week to do it.
maybe.
Yeah.
Jimmy G was just all he had to do was just be 15 of 19. He threw touchdown passes to George Kittle and to Deebo Samuel. Yeah, they most definitely needed this though. John Breach from CBS Sports was what he said about it was, if there's one thing Kyle Shanahan has never had a problem doing as 49ers head coach, it's beating the Rams. Shanahan has now won 5 straight games against LA, and this win epitomized why Shanahan is simply outcoached and outclassed. Why Shanahan simply outcoached and outclassed Sean McVay. Really put it to a hammer to him over
That's
that.
gotta just kill McVay.
I know. Yeah,
just
I know.
ruin his life, absolutely, right? Who's going to win a Super Bowl first?
Not the San Francisco 49ers.
No, the coaches.
McVay.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Shanahan, he owns them, but the rest of look at his record is not that great.
I'm just saying they've both been in one, both lost one.
Yeah, I think it's going to be McVay.
Okay.
So, through the first 8 weeks, the Rams were 7-1 and winners of 4 straight. If you were looking at just 2 weeks ago, now they're 7-3, back-to-back blowout losses.
How quickly things change.
That's right. The NFL is a league of parity, and eventually we will do our power rankings.
Okay.
Here's some stats for you. From weeks 1 to 8, teams blitzed the Rams on 27% of their dropbacks and generated pressure on 23% of those plays. In the last 2 weeks, teams have blitzed the Rams just 8% of the time and generated pressure on 26 of those plays. This is something we're seeing quite a bit. This goes all the way back to Tampa Bay against Kansas City, that you're not seeing as much pressure. They're making you. They're not allowing you to beat you. Not allowing you to beat you on the deep ball, is what it is.
Okay.
And we saw the same thing with Tom Brady about how what his QBR is when he has games over where it's like over 20% of his passes over 20 yards. and what Washington did was didn't allow. Tough blow by Washington. Lost Chase Young for the year. We talked about that yesterday.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
So the Rams have been outscored the last 2 weeks by 32 points in the first 2 quarters, tied with the Jets for the worst in the NFL. The Jets. The Rams are in the same sentence, same thought as the Jets. Uh-oh. And they made acquisitions. They made changes. Now, I know Von Miller hasn't come through or anything yet. He was injured, and I don't know how much he did.
Come through. Did you see George Kittle pancake him last night?
See?
They just replayed it over and over and over again on this sports show I was watching this morning. That's a tight end. It's supposed to be an elite linebacker.
Stafford seems to be a little bit out of sync. I don't know. I mean, if we can look at the stats the past 2 weeks, I don't really want to compare him to Jared Goff because I don't think that's fair. But
did you see that meme?
No,
where
was
it's like Scooby-Doo, and it's like, oh, who really is playing quarterback for the Rams? And he pulls off the mask, and it's Jared Goff.
Good. So week 11's done for now.
Redemption week. Everybody kind of fighting back, you know.
Well, yeah, and I mean we're in the middle of parity. You can go through. I did my power rankings, and it's not too much change in here and there, but it's still. I know there's parity and everything else, but honestly, it's like consistently every week is after like 8, you're like, you can throw names out there after your power rankings, and it just kind of stays where it is. Like you just throw names out there and pick up whatever one you want, and you can argue why they're 9 or why they're 15.
Yep.
And it doesn't make a difference.
Anymore, it's almost like it's whether you're 5 or 15.
Yeah. So, and we had the Rookies of the Year announced. We nailed it.
Yeah, I thought those ones were pretty easy. Tonight, I think one of them's easy, and I don't know about the American League one yet, but
the Coach of the Year.
Yeah, I think we got to get it to Kapler.
Kapler's winning National League, right?
So do you think that how it's a feel good story? They weren't supposed to be there or that good. Do you think that just kind of the voters are going to go the same way with the Mariners? Like, oh, they weren't supposed to be that good.
That's what I think.
And Cash has already won it. Dusty's not going to win it.
Yeah,
so it's going to be
the talent is just too high. At Houston.
What is it? How do you say his name? Service?
Scott Service. Yeah. I think that's who's going to win it. I think exactly that. Like, we'll look at all the talent they have in Houston, and they had. Oakland was a little bit down, but a lot of people had Oakland as a wild card. No one really is expecting anything out of Texas, so we're talking about Seattle Mariners in the AL West. But
I think
if they give it to Dusty, it's just not going to Kevin Cash.
Yeah, he just wanted. You don't see it going back to back very often.
Mm-mm.
He did win the best division. Yeah, he did win probably the best.
But I just don't think that's going to happen. Talk about talent. Talent-wise, they're there. Just the name isn't there, and I always make a joke of it. Tampa Bay doesn't even know who's on their team as well. But I think it is going to happen. That's gonna go to Scott Service. So I believe Gabe Kapler is going to win it in the National League, and I don't even think it should be close.
No, I don't think it's going to be close either.
Yeah, it's interesting though. Just want to hear your thoughts on this because it's a Tuesday.
Yeah,
so everyone loves lists. Major League MLB.com yesterday ranked the Rookie of the Years of all time. That's pretty neat.
That's fun.
I know. So
you know who's not on that list? Giovanni Soto.
He's not. So let's see. Here's their process. They compiled each winner's average. They compiled each winner's average wins above replacement totals from 3 main sources: from Baseball Reference, Fangraphs, and Baseball Prospectus. To begin with the loose ranking. From there, the players were sorted out subjectively based on their statistics, contributions to their team, and their historical impact on the game as a whole. And the key word here they'd like to remind you is subjective, as no one is likely to agree on a ranking of 150 names. We're not going to go that deep, but we'll definitely take a look at the top 20. So they did their best here at MLB.com to create an accurate picture of the cream of the crop through history, establishing himself as one of the game's most well-rounded players. Not bad for a player who began that season in AAA and wasn't even the most anticipated rookie in spring training. Number 4 is your MVP that also won a Rookie of the Year. That's 1975 American League Rookie of the Year, Fred Lynn of the Red Sox. Lynn took the Red Sox to the pennant He had an all-around game. He batted .331. He had 967 OPS and 47 doubles. He paced the American League with a .566 slugging percentage, 47 doubles, 103 runs scored, and finished second to Rod Carew in the batting race. He was also center fielder for the Red Sox. Number 5 of Rookies of the Year of all time, 2017 American League Rookie of the Year, Aaron Judge. 52 home runs, 127 walks, 128 runs, 1.049 OPS. When you break the rookie home run record while also leading your league in runs and walks, you're going to land somewhere near the top of this list, says MajorLeagueBaseball.com. Judge shattered Joe DiMaggio's homer record for a Yankee freshman and rewrote expectations for what a 6'7" player could do. I never really had a problem with him being 6'7".
Yeah.
I never was like, oh my God, you can't do that, but oh well. Number 6, 2001 National League Rookie of the Year, Albert Pujols. He batted .329, had 37 home runs and 130 RBIs. He was not drafted until the 13th round of the 1999 draft. But 2 years later, he impressed the Cardinals at spring training, and he made the big league roster. I believe he hit something dumb like 3, 4, or 5 home runs in if not the first game, in the first 2 games.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I remember that because this is like my second year ever playing fantasy.
During the year, or was it like spring training?
No, it was during the year.
Yeah.
It was like my second year ever playing fantasy baseball, and immediately picked him up and led me to the title that year. Number 7, Dwight Gooden, 1984 National League Rookie of the Year, 17 wins, 2.60 ERA. He had his 276 strikeouts shattered Herb Score's previous rookie record of 245. But he was just 19, and he paced the majors with FIP, WHIP, and hits per 9. He only gave up an average of 6.6 per 9 innings. Number 8, 2019 National League Rookie of the Year, Pete Alonso. 53 home runs, 120 RBIs, 538 slugging percentage. The first baseman broke Aaron Judge's rookie home run record while also becoming the first freshman to win the majors homer crown outright. I like Pete Alonso.
Yeah.
Number 9, 1987 American League Rookie of the Year, Mark McGwire. 49 home runs, 118 RBIs. His .618 slugging percentage led the majors, and his 344 total bases were second most in the American League behind George Bell. And at number 10, 1964 National League, Dick Allen. It says Allen burst on the scene with a prodigious power, leading the senior circuit in runs, triples, extra base hits, total bases, while placing in the league's top 5 in several other major offensive categories. His 8.8 WAR remains the record for any National League rookie. Piazza's at 11. Jose Abreu from the White Sox is number 13 in 2014. Fernando Valenzuela, Fernando Mania, you can't forget that, 1981 National League Rookie of the Year, and he won the Cy Young that year also.
Who?
Fernando Valenzuela.
I'm just kidding.
In the top 20, we're missing a name here. It's a list. It's a list.
Who are you missing?
What? Like I said, it's subjective. It's a list. I don't know. The thing just froze up. There it is. Well, maybe I'm not in the top 20. Hold on. I'm not done yet. All right. Ohtani won in 2018. He's at 15. The Bird, Mark Fidrich, who won in 76. Frank Robinson in 56. Carlton Fisk, 72. Ryan Braun in 19. Corey Seager, 20. Where is Bryce Nomar's at 22. I loved him. I still do. Where's Bryce Harper?
Did Bryce Harper win Rookie
Yes,
of the
he did. What? I'm at 34. Buster Posey's at 34. Acuna's at 36. Chris Bryant's at 38. This list is going out the window here for me in a second. Thurman Munson at 45.
You didn't even read
Cal
it?
Ripken Jr. at 46. Bryce Harper at 47.
That makes sense. That's probably right where he
Get
should
out of
be.
here.
That's probably
22 home runs, 26 doubles, 98 runs. Harper's 57 extra base hits and 254 total bases, each set records for any player before his age 20th season. He also became the youngest player to homer since Adrian Beltre in 1998. Beltre, by the way, was 6 years older, so he is the youngest of all time. 2012 National League Rookie of the Year, Bryce Harper.
Who is
travesty?
How long is the list?
There's 150 of them.
Oh, he's 47.
He's in the top third? Come on.
Yeah.
He should be in the top 20.
Come on. Let it go.
No, he should be in the top 15.
All right, it's your list. All right, you found
It's
the
not
list.
my list. Yeah, Major League Baseball. The thing is going to be fun
He could
about
be number
this,
one
though.
on your list if you like.
Yeah, the thing that's going to be fun about this is they also do the MVPs and they do like Cy Youngs, and we'll come back ranking every MVP, and we'll do that. We'll do the Cy Youngs on Thursday or Friday, or Wednesday or Friday, and Wednesday or Thursday. We'll do the MVP the day they announce it. So, I mean, that's kind of interesting how they look at it and do it. Yeah,
It's a fun little list.
it's a nice little walk down memory lane of baseball. I mean, not a lot that around this time that you get to talk about baseball, except for free agencies coming up, and some signings have already happened.
Yeah,
They're trying to get in before. Some are trying to get in before the lockout, I guess, if you will. And I don't blame any of that. So the Angels are finally getting some pitching.
I did not see the Angels.
Noah Syndergaard and the Angels agreed to a 1-year, $21 million contract.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Jose Barrios, former Twin, signed with the Toronto Blue Jays. It's a 7-year, $131 million contract extension. They traded him in the season.
Yeah, I like that for him. I think it's a good
Eduardo
spot.
Rodriguez signed with the Tigers, a 5-year, $77 million deal.
Tigers are going to have a sneaky good pitching staff next year.
Yeah, so is AJ Hinch the manager there? Yeah, yeah.
Who else did I see signed somewhere? No, it might have been Rodriguez. Who I'm thinking about.
They have the Silver Slugger Awards come out as well. Not anything that big. But, yes, we already mentioned it. Tonight will be the Manager of the Year. Tomorrow will be Cy Young MVP. And then on the 23rd of November, it's the All-MLB team. We mentioned Rookie of the Year in the top 10, Dwight Gooden. Happy birthday to him. Sorry to hear the passing of Julio Lugo, who passed away at 45, a day before his 46th birthday.
Wow.
Yeah, today would have been his 46th birthday. So sorry to hear the passing of that. Don't want to bring anybody else down or anything like that, so we don't want to spend too much time in that. We do have a phone call in the second hour, Adrian.
Who we calling? Are they calling us?
They're going to call us or call him or whatever. He's been on before. His name's Jeff Baer. He's actually lives out in Portland. He's a movie critic.
Okay.
And he's going to be talking about some of sports' most influential films, because we were discussing things back, and I'm like, please tell me you saw the director's cut of Rocky IV. And he's like, I'm going to watch it. He actually downloaded it. And then I was like, yeah, let's talk about some other things. Because it's also, that's interesting, is over the weekend.
So more Rocky IV talk in the second
A
hour.
little bit.
Okay, all right.
Poquito.
Just want to give the fans, a heads up.
Mm-hmm. On Saturday night in Knightstown, Indiana, I would have loved to have been a part of this, by the way. 800 people saw the version of Hoosiers that writer Angelo Pizzo and director David Anspaugh always wanted the world to see. I say that because they cut the last 30 minutes of it, what they originally wanted it to happen. So here's a quote from that writer Pizzo said. It was really, really, really painful for us to cut this last 30 minutes that you're going to see tonight. Pizzo also wrote Rudy as well. He also went on to say, we reluctantly turned over a 1-hour, 57-minute cut, and we thought it wasn't going to work. Well, luckily, it did work. But we don't think it worked as well, the cut that we wanted. The problem is why it's like that 800 and everything else. It's got to be like about numbers. MGM owns the rights to this, and they will not distribute the new version for now.
Why not? Doesn't say why. Not really.
Don't you think after and again, I haven't looked at the numbers for what if Rocky did anything, but don't you think you would? Let's see. It's probably give me Hoosiers 1987. So 2022 maybe.
It's a good year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the year you're born?
Yeah.
Have you seen Hoosiers?
I don't believe so. Is that the
What?
basketball movie?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I've seen parts of it.
Came out in '86. So guys, MGM, jump on this. Do the same thing that Rocky did. Give me a 35-year anniversary. Soon, quick.
Now.
Yeah. You've never seen Hoosiers.
I don't think so. I think I've seen maybe a part of
God,
it.
you're killing me.
Hey, it was before I was born.
It doesn't mean you can't watch it now.
Okay. There's other movies.
Huh?
There's other movies.
Yeah, there's other movies.
Is it on Netflix?
I'm pretty sure you can find it, yeah.
We'll find the streaming network for it.
Got one of my favorite lines in this movie. There's a lot of movies. There's a lot of lines in this movie that I like, though.
Hit me with it. Hit me with your favorite line.
Listen, mister, there's two kinds of dumb. The guy that gets naked and runs out in the snow and barks at the moon, and the guy who does the same thing in my living room. First one don't matter. Second one, can't afford to deal with. Love it. I mean, you can be dumb, but if you do it in my presence or you do it on my property or it's going to affect me, then I'm going to have to force a deal with your dumb. You can be stupid, just not when it's going to affect me. Love that line.
That's a good one.
Yeah. That and my team's on the floor. Coach, you only have 4 players out there. Yeah?
Oh, I have seen that.
Okay, you've seen that?
I've seen that. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe not all of it, but
you've seen that?
a little nap in the middle. So I don't know. But I've seen that part.
Good old Hickory or whatever else?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see the extra version. I'm upset. I don't even know where Knightstown, Indiana is, but I feel like I would have tried to make a trip or something like that. Huh. Yeah, but again, what I talked to him about was other things like movies or things are streaming that we should be watching. And I said I would like to know your most sports influential movies that's going out there. And Adrian's seen like 0 of them, so that's a lot of fun. I mean, you've probably seen the Mighty Ducks though, but come on, I don't want to do that.
That's my age, though. Like, how is that not my age?
Did you watch the series on Disney Plus?
No.
I did, yeah, with my kids. They liked it.
Okay, well, yeah, you have that going for you. Did you watch all the movies, too?
With the kids, yeah, I think we made it to, like, 2. I like Israel's take on it. He thinks Gordon Bombay is a terrible coach, a terrible human being, too. I'm fine with that. That's a hill he'll die on, too. I appreciate that.
No, he's not a good person.
Gordon Bombay?
Yeah, he's really not.
He's not good in the. No. He's like pretty bad in the series too. Why does he have to be like so like foul and then he softens up at the end of it all the time? Like he's we cracked his show.
I've learned my lesson.
Every time. All right, we got to take a break here. ESPN 1170 AM. Remind you guys that tonight there's going to be live music at the R Bar. Brian Scow is going to be playing from 6:30 to 9:30 tonight. For information like that and more, go ahead and join R Bar's Text Club. Text R Bar to 1-833-302-2216 or visit texrbar.com. You'll also receive exclusive offers and promotions, event announcements, new recipes and content, contests, and giveaway and more. They have a nice post on Facebook. Go check it out. That you can get 6 bottles of wine for a deal. I saw that yesterday. So that's a good time to be doing that. You got the holidays coming up, and you know what you can also do if you're popular like you are, Adrian.
What's up?
Go to get that deal, get those 6 bottles of wine or whatever else, and then because you're a popular guy, you're probably going to all these like white elephant parties for Christmas things. You can just take one to each one of those 6 that you're invited to.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, there you go. And then
it's a fantastic idea.
Yeah, you got it's a little bundle saving there for our friends at the R Bar. All right, we'll be right back here. ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us. We're local.
The Rock says he's gonna make your Rudy Poo candy ass famous. You like that? You like that? Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
Hi, this is Derek.
And this is Skip. We are the twins from R Bar Davenport.
And you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
On ESPN 1170 AM.
Riverstone Group has spent 125 years working to be the best. How would you like to join a local family-owned company with a great work environment? Riverstone Group offers a competitive wage and benefits package including health, dental, and vision plus, insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, and more. Current openings include quarry plant operator, assistant quarry superintendent, local Class B truck driver, electrical engineer, and fabrication shop utility person. To apply, visit riverstonegroup.com and click on careers.
Finding the right Medicare plan may feel impossible, but now it's anything but. With Walgreens Find RX coverage tool, you can compare plans online, over the phone, or in person, making Medicare easier than ever. Easier than picking which true crime doc to watch, figuring out that Wi-Fi password, or putting the duvet cover back on. So if you can do those things, with Find RX coverage, you can definitely Medicare. Find the plan that's right for you by visiting walgreens.com/Medicare.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? So your wipers are streaking. It might be time for a new set. We've got a great deal to help you get the job done and be ready for the weather ahead. Right now, you can get a $15 AutoZone gift card by mail or email when you buy 2 Bosch Envision wiper blades. And we've got even more ways to shop. Just order online with our free same-day store pickup or next-day delivery.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Start your job today at AutoZone.com. Restrictions apply.
You and your phone have been through a lot this past year. It's been your lifeline to the world. And now some big wireless company is telling you got to buy a new phone from them and sign their contract? They don't control you. With TracFone Wireless, you can keep the phone, number, and network you already have. Already got a 5G phone? Keep that too. Because TracFone runs on America's best networks now with 5G nationwide. Plus, we've got unlimited talk and text smartphone plans starting at just $20. TracFone Wireless. Now you're in control. 5G nationwide access requires a 5G capable device. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
That has to be the ugliest t-shirt I've ever seen.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Where did you even find something that ugly?
I got it at QC Custom Tees. They are doing these ugly sweater-themed t-shirts for local businesses with their logo on them. As soon as I heard about it, I got them for my entire staff to wear for the holidays.
Okay, that makes more sense.
They are offering t-shirts, long-sleeve t-shirts, crew neck sweatshirts, and hoodies, all with this ugly design on them. Oh, and the t-shirts are super soft.
I might have to get some for my staff. Or maybe I can get my gym to get some for us to wear.
That's what's so great. Anyone can put their logo onto this ugly design. Plus, a portion of every t-shirt sold goes back to King's Harvest Pet Rescue in Davenport to help them during this holiday season.
That's a win-win. I'm definitely going to get my staff some of these.
Don't wait too long. They're printing them for a limited time only. And even though we haven't cut the turkey yet, the holiday season is already upon us.
Go to their website, qccustomtees.com, or see them on Facebook. QC Custom Tees.
I'm Omar Reese with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Matthew Stafford threw 2 interceptions, including a pick 6 for the second straight week. Odell Beckham Jr. had just 2 catches for 18 yards in his L.A. debut. And the San Francisco 49ers, behind 2 touchdown passes from Jimmy Garoppolo, hand the Rams their second straight loss with a 31-10 win on Monday night. Niners have now beaten the Rams 5 straight. Elsewhere, Ron Rivera confirming Monday that Chase Young is done for the season. The reigning Defensive Rookie of the Year set to undergo surgery to repair a torn ACL. Steelers safety Minkah Fitzpatrick has tested positive for COVID. Fitzpatrick, the second Steeler in 3 days to land in COVID protocol, joining Big Ben Roethlisberger, who tested positive Saturday night and missed Sunday's 16-16 tie with Detroit. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Napa know-how.
Right now, a 5-quart jug of Napa full synthetic motor oil is only $19.99. It's the hottest deal of the year for the coldest time of the year. So if you're in your car right now, there's no need to turn on the heat. I'm about to read this sizzler again. That's Napa full synthetic for a hot $19.99. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating locations does not include taxes and fees. Advertised sale price not available in some states. Offer ends 12/31/21.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Wait a minute. I've heard that before. That's the note Jeremy wrote to me in my yearbook in the 6th grade. How'd you even know that?
Because it's from Geico.
Yeah, wait, here it is. Dear Luke, have a great summer. P.S. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more. Love, Jeremy.
Geico's had this tagline for years, because we help save people money.
So wait, you're saying Jeremy copied you? Yeah, that actually does sound like something the J-Man would do.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
We're playing all the hits. The Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170.
Tuesday, November 16th, 12:31 in the afternoon. Before we went to break, I gave you a Christmas gift idea, Adrian. Well, for your parties.
Yes,
if you want to go
absolutely.
to the R Bar, and they've got a special that you can, buy certain amount of wine, and they'll, better deal or whatever else. So, I should pull it up for these guys. So, they're kind of just putting it one way, like, Thanksgiving menu decisions. There's that which you can do also if you're going to cater in or whatever else. There's a pre-selected 6-pack, includes 4 Cabernet and 2 Chardonnay, and you get it's $100 value if you order that or whatever else. But like I said, you can go to all those things. But I got even a different gift that you can give as far as Christmas to your favorite Green Bay Packer fan out there.
Gotcha.
You ready for this?
Go ahead.
Starting today. It's on right now. Started at 9 o'clock. 10 our time, or 8 our time, 10 our time. So just a few hours in. And it runs through February 25th. So if there's birthdays, you have a January birthday?
December 28th.
December 28th.
Yes.
That's right. I have a January birthday. There's also Valentine's Day in between till February 25th.
A lot of activities going on in our lives.
If you want to give that somebody, that special someone in your life that's a Packer fan for Valentine's Day, you can do this for only $300.
$300.
$300. You too can become an owner of the Green Bay Packers.
You can own Aaron Rodgers?
That's absolutely correct.
Say what?
Starting today through February 25th, the Packers, the only publicly owned, not-for-profit major professional sports team in the United States, are selling shares of stock. This is just the 6th time in franchise 102-year history.
So we can do this.
We can become an NFL owner.
We should stop telling people.
It's true, because guess what? It's stopping when they get to 300,000 shares. The team's going to make $90 million.
That's not going to make it to February.
The Packers currently have 361,362 shareholders who own over 5 million shares that were amassed through the team's 5 previous sales: 1923, 1935, 1950, 1997, 2011. Don't tell the people this, but I'm going to let you in on something else.
All right.
Packer stock isn't really a stock.
Okay.
It's more of a collectible.
Yeah, makes sense.
It cannot be sold. It pays no dividend whatsoever and allows no say in the team's matter.
But you get to be an owner.
There are some votes, though, at the annual shareholders
Do you get
meeting,
like a piece of paper, like
you
laminated?
Sure do, yep.
What is like a good laminated piece
Pro
of paper?
Football Today's Mike Florio says, put it simply, it's just a donation, and the certificate becomes the ultimate piece of memorabilia, an official license to say we when referring to victories and defeats. That's a good point. How was your Sunday? Not too good. We lost today.
We lost.
Good weekend? Had a great weekend. What happened? We won, didn't you see?
Yeah.
Who's we? Packers. Oh, yeah, I'm a shareholder. Let's see. Puff your chest out a little bit.
You should get one of the higher ups here at the radio station to buy some.
That's right.
Socks. You know.
The NFL allows the Packers to periodically conduct these sales to make up for the absence of deep-pocketed owners, as long as the money isn't used for operating expenses or anything involving that. The team plans to use the funds raised from the stock sale to help finance upgrades at Lambeau. So you can say, see that? I built that. I financed that. We together financed that press box or whatever else, or the Jumbotron or whatever. How great is that? You like the lighting there?
You helped fix the parking lot.
That's right. Yeah. You know what I really like when I was at Lambeau? What? The lighting was incredible. Oh, I did that. I did that, by the way.
That was me.
That was all me.
Yep.
So, there's not a single owner on the Packers. They're run by a president. His name's Mark Murphy, and he heads a 7-member executive committee. There's also a 42-person board of directors. If I were to do something like this, this is not the time for me to do this, but, I mean, it hasn't happened, since the last time, 2011, so it's been 10 years since they last did this. But right now, everything's fine, but I see that 42 board of directors, and somewhere I want to be on it because I started watching Succession, so now it'd be like, nope, vote of no confidence. I want to talk to everybody right now, bringing in Logan and Kendall and Roman, all these guys from Succession, and I'm just going to act like them. So that probably wouldn't be the best for me. But for $300, the ultimate collectible, you can be a Packers owner. It's not a bad idea.
Take me off the sign-up list.
Yeah, I feel fine with that, too.
It's not for me.
So we've got some other things to talk about the NFL besides how cool it is to be an owner of your favorite football team.
Least favorite football team. You made least favorite.
That would be your least favorite, yeah. So I'm going to let you choose. We can go through things that are has to do with that's relevant right now. Or do you want me to start and jump right into the absurd and then we'll work our way back? Which way do you want to go? Do you want to do a power ranking, what you want to talk about, or do you want me to go absurd and then you bring it back to normal?
Let's go absurd.
Fine.
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
Spent a lot of time on this morning.
Okay.
In my head.
All right.
You're hip to what's going on.
Hip.
Taylor
Groovy,
Swift.
rad.
Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Re-released Red.
I had to listen to it for a solid 4 hours probably this weekend.
On your way to Williamsburg and back.
Yeah,
probably.
let's just say we heard some of the same songs.
I'm not a Swiftie.
Okay. I don't mind her.
There's a song called All Too Well that is a 10-minute version.
Heard it twice.
Oh, really?
Heard it twice. Once on the way up. I think it maybe even came on a third time. I'm not positive. Just.
There's speculation that this song originally what came out in 2012 is actually now it's 2021. Obviously, there's speculation and it's all over the TikTok and it's on Twitter, whatever else. This song's about Jake Gyllenhaal.
It is. That's what I've been told by somebody close to me.
I've got a different version of this that I think is not Jake Gyllenhaal.
All right.
Everybody, bear with me here. Nobody understands this. No one knows this but me. Taylor Swift is a Tom Brady fan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All Too Well is not about her relationship with Jake Gyllenhaal when she was 19 and he was 30. I don't care what the scarf is. I have not found out what the scarf metaphor is
He
yet.
was 30 and she was 19?
That's correct.
Jeepers.
I have not found the scarf metaphor yet. Have I wasted a lot of time on the internet Googling Tom Brady's scarf and Bill Belichick's scarf to see if they have the same one? Absolutely, I have. But let's look at some of the lyrics of the 10-minute version of All Too Well by Taylor Swift.
You have them highlighted.
I do.
You didn't make me a copy?
Nope.
Man.
I'm going to take you through some of them.
All right.
It starts off with this. I walked through the door with you. The air was cold, but something about it felt like home somehow. New England's cold.
New England's cold.
Michigan's cold.
Yeah.
That's not his home. He's a California boy. But he needed something to remind him of home. So New England was it. He walked through the door with Bill Belichick in there. It made him feel like home.
Gotcha. I like this.
Okay. Going on. Because there we are again on that little town street. You almost ran the red light because you were looking at me. Wind in my hair, I was there. I remember it all too well. That happens to be with their 2012 Super Bowl when it was their first outdoor game in Jacksonville, a very small town in Florida. It's not one of the major cities. That's what that's about. So that's his wind in his hair is when we finally
he
have
had
it.
long hair, so it was flowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Photo album on the counter. Your cheeks are turning red. You used to be a little kid with glasses in a twin-sized bed, and your mother's telling stories about you on the T-ball team. You told me about your past, thinking your future was me. That's people talking about him as a Cleveland Browns coach and his past things. People being like, look at his history before you and everything else. And he's saying to him, I've thought about my past, but I know my future is with you. That is about Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. No doubt in my mind.
Love right there.
Here we go. This is where we get some new lyrics and get into this, okay? And maybe we got lost in translation. Maybe I asked for too much. But maybe the thing was a masterpiece till you tore it all up. Running scared, I was there. I remember it all too well. What gets lost in translation is all these times that he's restructuring his contract, doing things for the team. Is it really that Tom Brady's selfish, or has Bill Belichick done these things? And then finally he's like, hey, I need my TB12 team here. I'm asking for a little bit too much. They're like, nope, he's banned from the thing. What is it, Alex Guerrero or whatever else? And they're like, hey, it's time for me to get paid, right? Nope, you're over the edge. He asked for too much. It was a masterpiece till Bill Belichick tore it all up. I think you're getting me here.
I think you should go on TikTok with this.
Yeah, I know. And you call me up again just to break me like a promise. So casually cruel in the name of being honest. I'm crumpled up piece of paper lying here because I remember it all too well. That's just basically his contract. That he's just like, you just crumple it all up. I'm broken. We had a promise that we were going to do this forever.
Yeah.
And it's not going on anymore.
Now I have to go.
Mm-hmm. Time won't fly. It's like I'm paralyzed by it. I'd like to be my old self again, but I'm still trying to find it. That was his entire last season.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that was. He was paralyzed by, it's Belichick, and he was trying to get over it and trying to find it, and eventually he found it with, rattling out 5 victories at the end of the season and winning the Super Bowl. I'm telling you, Ed, this is a breakthrough. It's a
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
That's
a
what they
scarf?
thought,
That's all
what they
people
thought that
came
was
up
about.
with? A scarf?
Yeah.
I just broke down 4 or 5 sets of lyrics that easily is about Tom Brady and Bill Belichick.
Tom and Bill.
And these Swifties come to me with a scarf. That's how they know it's Jake Gyllenhaal, because he left it because at Maggie Gyllenhaal's house?
No.
Come on.
No.
Get out of here.
That doesn't exist. Fake news.
What are these people doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm telling you, you got to put this on TikTok.
I think I'm going to break it down. Yeah.
Or start a podcast called, The Rumor 2.
The Rumor 2. This sounds like something that I need to write for ESPN 1170 AM, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to waste it. And if I find that picture, if I find a picture of Tom Brady, I found one with him in a scarf, and if I find one with Belichick in the exact same scarf, I'm going to break the internet. I'm going to break the internet.
I'm good at Photoshop.
Yeah, that's what we need to do. Thank you. And then, oh boy, yeah, can you just imagine? Everyone's already going to be as upset as can be, though. They're already gonna. No, I mean, these people are crazy about this red thing, and no, I haven't listened to it.
Yeah.
I just know the lyrics. I looked at them, and I was listening to someone break down the lyrics of All Too Well, and I was like, this doesn't sound like. I know it's a breakup, but I was like, what's the best breakup we know? And we know Belichick and Tom Brady. Now the argument is, this song was written in 2012. No. The 10-minute version was written in 2021 when she re-released her new album.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on there. In 2012, I already told you that was the Super Bowl. Wind in the hair, small town. It's Jacksonville.
Absolutely. Could you imagine how boring it'd be, if I broke up with Taylor Swift or something like that? It'd be like her complaining about going to the bowling alley and cornhole tournaments and watching the Bears lose on Sunday.
I have often thought about that. Listen, she's a very talented artist. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But if I were a father, might be a reason why you're not married, because no one wants to become part of a song. Yeah. That's just period. All right, yeah. I mean, and you know,
he's sign an agreement, so you're not on a
NDA.
song ever.
You know, at the end of every argument and whatever, she storms off. The guy just says, "Why don't you go write a song about it?" Every time. They don't.
She's already
got the melody, you jerk. And he's like, I bet you do.
She turns around. She just starts singing it to them.
I mean, every
opening
time.
lines.
All right, well, now I take it back. I don't think it's absurd at all. I think I nailed it.
Somebody called you a silly goose.
Yeah, that's my buddy Parker. Might be a little right. All right, let's do the power rankings. You've got yours, I've got mine, and then I like your version of who do we think's going to get in that 7 spot. And
who's
AFC,
who do you think maybe the top 2 teams? Who 2 teams you're watching and you think you're going to fight to get in there?
Yeah, we'll do this, and then we'll take a break, and then we'll have that phone call at 1:05. If we don't get through, the power rankings, then we'll come back after talking to Jeff. We'll do it. We'll do our who we think's going to be in there thing, and then we get to talk about the NBA. 4 weeks in the NBA, and man, Wizards, boy oh boy, they're down by 19.
Big game tonight. You got possible NBA Finals matchup: Warriors Nets.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
That's not what I want. Why do I always do that? That's not the one I want. That's not that one. I was trying
to hear him say Matthew Stafford.
He's. Here we go. That's what I like to do. Yeah. All right. Power rankings.
I got some couple interesting teams in here,
does
Jay.
Theirs, I do mine. You do yours. We're gonna take a look. Everyone likes rankings.
Some people are gonna call me crazy here at the end of this. So.
Who do you have at number 1?
Green Bay Packers.
I have Green Bay Packers at number 1 as well.
I think that's pretty close.
8-2 on the year. Their last really important remaining game is the Rams. They have a realistic chance at the number 1 seed. ESPN has them.
And who are the Rams?
I don't know yet.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense right now.
Number 2?
Go ahead.
I had the Tennessee Titans.
We are on a roll together again, back-to-back days. Tennessee Titans, you lose your best running back, possibly the best running back in the league, and you still win football games. You keep moving up in my power rankings.
Absolutely. And ESPN has them at 2 as well. All right, at 3.
The Dallas Cowboys.
Me too. I had the Dallas Cowboys. Listen, I can overlook that Denver game.
Okay.
After what they did Dan Quinn. I mean, trust me. I don't think enough's being said about Dan Quinn and just sticking it to Atlanta.
Absolutely. Did you see what the special teams coordinator said? He said he told the team the motto for this week was spaceships don't have rear view mirrors.
I like that.
That's a good one.
I like that.
That's fun.
That's how I usually
That'll get the boys going.
That's how I like to refer to things like when they're in second place. Be like the objects in mirror closer than they appear.
Absolutely.
But spaceships do not have rear view mirrors.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
It's fun.
Yeah, that would get going. That should be a T-shirt. Number 4, I have the Arizona Cardinals.
See, this is kind of where I kind of went a different route here.
Okay.
I think Buffalo. I'm not giving up on them. I think they deserve to be the top 5, and I think Josh Rosen's still a top quarterback in this league.
Josh Rosen, Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, my fault.
I do like that Josh Rosen was playing this week, though. Yeah. So can I guess then that you have Arizona at 5?
Yes, Arizona's sitting in my 5 spot.
I have Buffalo Bills at 5, so our 5 is pretty much the
We're
same.
right there. There's no way we have the next team the same.
Okay.
You go ahead.
I had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay.
But this can drop off in a hurry.
Uh-huh.
I'm worried about it, but again, it's still Tampa Bay. They just got it. They're just a little bit banged up, and I know it's right now a type of thing, but I still give them a little bit of respect still. Sometimes I do punish some teams, but this is where it is right now. What do you have at 6?
The New England Patriots.
They are at my... I do not have them as high as I should. I think for the second week in a row, I have them at 9, but we'll get back to that. All right, you have the New England Patriots.
Yeah, I
like that. I like that.
I like what they're doing. 2 of these top 10 teams, they could have already beat real close games, Tampa Bay and Dallas. Arguments that they probably played better than them and got unlucky at the end. I like New England where I have them. I think they're just going to keep moving up, and I can't wait to see that Buffalo game.
December 6th at the Bills, December 26th at home against the Bills. Okay. Let's see. All right, so that's what you had at 6. I had the Tampa Bay. At 7, I had the Los Angeles Rams.
Right. We agree right there. I have the Los Angeles Rams.
If they keep it up, though, they're not going to be in the top 10
they
for
are
long.
falling, and I believe that they've fallen 4 spots, possibly, when I crinkled up my list yesterday.
And very easily, the Patriots can jump over them in the rankings where I have them at, and also could be my number 8 team, which I think is going to be an interesting game this week. My number 8 team is the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay. Not in my top 10.
Okay, interesting.
You can't lose to Miami.
Okay, yeah.
Especially this time of the season. You lose to Miami the first week of the season. You lose to Miami in the first 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Cool. We are at week 10, 11 now. You do not lose this late in the season to a 2-7 team. Or one of the, yeah.
That's a good point. I already told. So who do you have at 8?
I have Tampa Bay to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Again, it's not a time in the year where you're losing to the Washington Redskins. Yes, I know a playoff team last year, but that's still a backup quarterback. Washington's been in some games, been tough. You don't lose by they were down by 20 they were down by a bunch in that game. I'm not sure what the exact number was.
Those 2 interceptions.
But that game was never close.
First quarter hasn't done that since 2012. Okay. I already told you my 9 was the Patriots. Who do you have at 9?
Kansas City Chiefs. We're back, baby. I think they look like they were kind of clicking. This is the time you want to start clicking.
Yeah.
And that's a scary team. Don't tell me anybody in that AFC wants to face them in the playoffs.
No. I actually have them at 10. And I do believe that they're going to be moving up if they have righted this ship. And we said yesterday the Chiefs are in sole possession of first place right now in the AFC West. 11?
No, we're on my 10.
Oh, what's your 10? Sorry.
The Indianapolis Colts.
Okay.
I think that I've said it all year when they're healthy. I think they can be one of the most dangerous teams in the AFC. I think this week's gonna be an interesting test with Buffalo. They've competed in some real close games, and I think this team's fully healthy, and that running game's on clicking on all cylinders. And Carson Wentz seems like he's playing winning football.
This is who I have at 11 for now. But I don't see it because I was looking at that schedule because we were talking about who would be at the 7th spot or 6th spot even in AFC. As of right now, and they're falling, and they should be, I have the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay.
But I do not think they're going to stay there. But I just did it as of now. And then I put the Colts at 12.
I got Baltimore right there at 11. And I mean, I actually interchanged Indy and Baltimore at the last second, but so that could go either way. I have the Chargers at 12.
Where did I have them at? I think it looks like I have the Chargers. Oh, okay. So you have that. You have the Chargers at 12.
Yes.
All right. At 13, what did I have? I told you at 12. I had the Colts. Yeah. So at 13, then I have the Saints. I'm interested to see what they're going to try to do here. I know they're going to try to avoid a 3-game losing streak, but I think they're going to come up with the answers here, and they have to. But again, it does power rankings as of right now. I don't know if he'll stay there or not. What do you have at 13?
13, I have the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay. 14, I have the Los Angeles Chargers. I think they'll get better. I really do. I've been looking at, and I looked ahead their schedule as well. I think this will be a knockout game for this week when they play the Steelers. I think that it's going to be a knockout game for the Steelers, and they can almost put a bow on their season, but because I don't think the Steelers are coming out as a wild card, and I don't think they're winning the division. But the Chargers have to win this game.
Yeah.
And then that takes us to 15. What do you have for 14?
The Carolina Panthers. I'm a little bit higher on them now that Cam's taking over. All signs are him starting this week. I don't know if you saw that.
Yep.
Which is, I think, great all around. I think the locker room respects it, and kind of interesting to see what Cam and McCaffrey can do this weekend.
15, I gave the Steelers and the NFL referees because I have to give them credit, too, for some of those wins that the Steelers get.
Uh-huh.
And I did have the Panthers at 16. I think they are going to be moving up. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about them and more. What do you have at 15?
The New Orleans Saints.
Okay. So, kind of the same all around there. Yeah.
Right around there.
I just had the Steelers up there a little bit higher. All right. Let's take our second break of the hour and get ready for a phone call in the second hour here at ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us for local.
We're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody! You like that? You like that?
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
This is Coach A.C. Earl. Don't hassle us, we're local.
Are you looking to launch your sales career to the top? Midwest Bath Company wants to talk. Our in-home sales representatives are earning an $80,000 per year starting salary. You'll be using top-of-the-line industry software to help homeowners build the bath or shower of their dreams. Apply online at MidwestBath.com. With growing commission pay and monthly profit-sharing bonuses, a focused and tenacious sales rep will earn well beyond 6 figures. Even better, there's no cold calling and you get a company vehicle with mileage reimbursement. Apply online at MidwestBath.com.
Over the past few years, people in the Quad Cities have been buying online more and more. Now, since the pandemic hit, online sales have absolutely skyrocketed. Having an online presence was important before, but now it's an outright necessity. But don't worry, MyLocalCustomers.com is here to help. All you need to do is go to MyLocalCustomers.com to receive a free competitive analysis to see what Town Square Media can do for you. We'll help you find more local customers online and help grow your business faster. Town Square offers premium website services that get you new leads every day, plus a dedicated marketing specialist who will work with you the whole time, so you don't have to mess with updating a website. It's fast and easy with no contracts, so you can cancel at any time. Be one of the first to sign up and receive $500 in free advertising on ESPN 1170 AM. As a business owner, you know how hard it is to get people to cross a bridge to get to your business. These days, they don't need to. Find your customers and keep your customers. Go to MyLocalCustomers.com.
Chris Canty and Mike Golick Jr.
I also need to know where my camera is because I do need a little bit of advice for a certain friend of ours here that we have seen. Because I enjoyed watching the New York Knicks. I enjoy what they have brought to the table on all this. Evan Fournier is a great addition for this team. We have seen him bring so much to all. I just have to invite my brother in arms here to come down the road I have been on. It's time to come on home. All right? I have been given this advice by people in my life that care enough about me to help. And so that's all I want for everyone else here. Tyler Lockett made that decision this offseason. Out here balling for the Seahawks now. Like, this too can be yours if the price is right. That's all I'm saying. Like,
so, Mike, what you're saying is his jumper ain't the only thing that's fading away.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying. I want what's best for him. I want him to be able to go out here and thrive and look good in the process.
Canty and Golick Jr., 2 till 6 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Get in on the action with the world's largest sports book right at your fingertips. Circa Sports Iowa is where the pros play. Enjoy the highest limits, lowest takeouts, and competitive betting menus. Download, fund, and bet from anywhere in Iowa. Circa Sports Iowa. Sports betting the way it should be. Download your new bookie today. Visit circasports.com. Must be over 21 and present in Iowa to bet. Have a gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF. Mike Greenberg. Greeny.
So Baker Mayfield is a guy who came into this season with probably as much riding on the outcome as anybody. He's in the same draft class as Josh Allen, who's gotten paid, as Lamar Jackson, who is now setting himself up to get paid, like a Mahomesian kind of contract. And Baker is the guy, for, I think, all of the right reasons, that there was some question. Do you pay him or do you not? And he bet on himself. And if he had a huge year, which he isn't, and if the Browns had a huge year, which they aren't, then he probably stood to make like $150 million. But now what's going to happen? So they've picked up his fifth-year option. This is his fourth year. So he's got one more year. Does he go the Kirk Cousins route? Like, does he try and position himself into a place where he becomes the franchise tag guy?
Greeny, 9 till 11 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Shop Tyson's Friends and Family Sale going on now and save big on all the gifts on your list this year. Give a little, get a little when you purchase Ariat, Under Armour, Columbia, and Carhartt with a free Tyson's gift card on select purchases. We've got great gifts for the DIYer with big savings on select DeWalt and Milwaukee tools. Feeling festive? We've got you covered with our new selection of winter porch pots and greenery on sale now. All these great deals and more through November 28th. Shop in-store or online today at Tysons.com. Tyson's Home, Farm, Auto.
Don't wait to put an end to junk sleep. Shop Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale and wake up a better you. Save up to $500 when you get a king bed for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchase up to a $499 value. Or shop Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America, and save up to $500 on adjustable mattress sets. Unjunk your sleep. Only at Mattress Firm. Offer valid with qualifying purchase. Restrictions apply. See details at mattressfirm.com.
We're back here in studio, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Tuesday, November 16th. We will talk a little bit more about the NBA. Did you see this? That the Minnesota Timberwolves have been fined $250,000. They hosted off-season workouts near part owner Alice Rodriguez's house.
Near?
Near. I don't know. Yeah. NBA rules prohibit teams from being involved in players' off-season workouts in any capacity. It's been, and they're started off to a 4-9 start. But Alice Rodriguez, he's taking his cheating ways to the NBA.
Love it.
He just doesn't. He's not going to stop.
Send it, bro.
Yep, he's fine with that.
What were we talking about right before we got off the air?
We did power rankings.
No, right before. Right, like what was the last thing we said? Do you remember?
The last thing we said?
Yeah.
Nothing. We did we went through top 15.
But I feel like we were just bantering for a second, and I feel like I had something to say, and I was just trying to figure out what it was, but I can't think of it. It doesn't matter.
We were still talking about Taylor Swift's album and the thing.
I don't remember.
All right.
Never mind.
All right, we'll get there. I didn't give you guys a trivia question, but I'll give it to you quick.
Hit me with it, Jay.
Sure. Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson.
JJ.
Has 2,175 receiving yards. The second most by any player through 25 games in the Super Bowl era. Who does he trail? The hint, still active. So Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson has 2,175 receiving yards, the second most by any player through 25 games in the Super Bowl era. Who's number one, basically? Who was number one through 25 games?
Still active.
Still active.
Keenan Allen?
No. Odell Beckham Jr.
Oh, that's not fun. Did you hear he requested a trade already?
No, he did not. Get out of here. I was like, what did I miss? How did this happen? It's like, oh, that's fantastic, but how did this happen? I don't know. That would be great, though. Just like, just one day, he's like, he's nah. ESPN Plus is going to have the Tom Brady, it's called Man in the Arena. It's a 3-part series about Tom Brady. Are you going to watch this?
Yeah, I'll probably check it out. I guess I'm going to have to. I kind of talk sports on the radio.
I thought about it, and I'm like, what if I like him? And I have to be like, now I'm going to watch 2. And I'm like, do I like Tom Brady? And I don't think I want that to happen.
It's hard not to like Tampa Tom anymore. You know what I mean?
That's true. I don't have a problem with him, I guess. I mean, outside of that, he's a cheater, too. But
whatever.
Huh?
Whatever.
What do you mean, whatever?
Everybody's cheating.
Deflategate,
Everybody's
man.
trying to cheat. He's trying to win Super Bowls. I get it.
Yeah.
I'd probably deflate some footballs to help me throw them better, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I
want to know how cool that facility was that they were working on near Alex Rodriguez's house.
Yeah, I know.
I keep thinking about that. I'm lost here.
I don't know. If it's just...
you're going to have to watch it, Jay.
Yeah, if it's just an hour long or something, maybe I'll give it a try. Yeah, it's 53 minutes and 58 seconds.
So how many episodes?
There's 3 of them.
Yeah.
So it's be streaming, but like I said, I'm trying to get into Succession. I'm a busy man. So, who knows? But like I said, then I'll just be a little bit angry where I'm like, oh,
just listen to a podcast after it's over about it.
Listen to a podcast
about
afterwards?
the show when it's done. Like this way you don't have to watch it.
That's true.
Let's talk about it.
That way you don't have to. Yeah, trust me. ESPN will break it down. I'm surprised it's not ESPN Daily right now. All right, we got our phone call. You're on the air, ESPN 1170 AM. Is this Jeff?
This is. How's it going, Jay?
It's going well. How are you?
Doing good.
Good. It's been a while.
It has. Movies just stopped. I don't know if you noticed that for the most part.
Yeah.
But they're trickling back in, and it's nice.
Okay. It is. Went to the movie theater last week for the first time in feels like almost 2 years. I'm seeing things that are going on that I don't think I would have saw before because of the lack of not having movies or filming them. Jeremy Renner and the dude from Friday Night Lights is on that Paramount Plus thing, Mayor of something town. I don't know.
How is that?
I haven't watched it yet. No, I got to watch it though.
What is that on?
It's on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, Mayor
Paramount
of
Plus. Yep.
Mayor of something.
Mayor. I think I want to say that's all I can remember too. And it looks gritty, and it's like, oh, Paramount Plus, look at you trying. All right, let's go for it.
I know Jeremy Renner, former Academy Award winner. He's like, they're not making movies, so I'm going to make a show on Paramount Plus. It worked for Kevin Costner in Yellowstone, so I'm in.
Have you watched Yellowstone? That's another one that's on my radar that I still haven't caught up with.
No.
I'm not really into documentaries about national parks.
Jeff, by the way, Adrian's in studio with us too, so he's on here, and he's right. We're not in on television, fake television shows about national parks or anything like that. But people say good things about it. Like, I guess I've been told that this is like the rodeo version of Succession.
Yeah, I was even surprised to find out that it takes place in like today's world. I thought it was again one of those shows that was like, oh, is this Yellowstone from 100 years ago, and that's what they're doing? Cool. Maybe I'll watch that at some point. But yeah, no, that hasn't happened. I have been able. There has been in probably like the last month. I've noticed actual what feels like real movies on a semi-continuous basis trickling back in on a and it's that's the nice thing for me. Besides, of course, Succession, Ted Lasso, all the other things that everybody else is watching that I'm watching too.
Yeah, Ted Lasso was fantastic. I can't say enough good things about it.
Yeah, it really helped me. Season 2 on that one, it really helped me when Jason Sudeikis described it as The Empire Strikes Back. And he's like, it's we got to go through a little darkness before we go to the next level. And that helps, because otherwise I think I would have been a little annoyed that it wasn't just pure joy week after week after week. But I liked the journey.
Is Sudeikis just becoming Ted Lasso? Is that just what he's becoming with his quotes there?
Yeah, I guess so. I would guess kind of. I see the darkness there. There was one that was kind of caught the emotions, the one about the funeral, but the one where it's just about Coach Beard was a little goofy. But other than that, I mean, I thought season 2 was great. You know, I thought season 2 was fantastic. I don't have a bad thing to say at all about Ted Lasso, which was fun. I went back, I think after week 8 of the NFL, and I gave it a Ted Lasso quote for every one of the NFL teams and how it pertains to their season. So that was a lot of fun.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's a la Bill Simmons. That brings me back. That's nice.
That is a la Bill Simmons. You're right.
When he used to, when his fingers used to work.
Yes, when he used to write. Yeah. And go back and earlier if you want to know something else that's a la Bill Simmons that we just did maybe about 30 minutes ago, and that's how I broke down the lyrics to Taylor Swift's All Too Well, the 2021 10-minute version, and how it's really about. I'm not kidding you. Go look at the lyrics and then come back and tell me that I'm wrong. This song is really about Tom Brady and Bill Belichick's relationship.
You sold me. I was listening completely.
Good.
And,
Yes.
Speaking of which, we were going to talk about a little movie called Rocky IV.
Well, I wasn't going to bring it up, but if you wanted to talk about it,
I wasn't going to bring it up.
New version, maybe. But I don't know if you know this. He was inspired by the Backstreet Boys. You know the song "I Want It That Way"?
Yeah.
So listen to this.
Sure.
You are my fire. Think about fire. Think about like the big montage. Hearts on fire, strong desire.
Mm-hmm.
Next line to one desire. Believe when I say I want it that way. I think that way is referring to him going back and completely reworking the movie of the 42 new minutes of footage. It's the only thing that makes sense, Jay.
Okay.
No?
No, I'm not gonna go against this. I think I want to break this down. I'm gonna let this.
You now have to support all music theories toward stuff now. Like it's official.
So is that what happens? Like we get older now and we don't just like jam out and ferociously like switch gears, listen to Hearts on Fire. Instead, we're listening to like pop songs, and then we're like, when you get older and you're like, yep, I need to redo the movie because Backstreet Boys are giving me the, or Taylor Swift
That's
is
right.
like, yeah, Tom Brady is at some wine tasting event with Taylor Swift telling him about his heartache with Bill Belichick, and she's like, I'm making a song out of this because no one will date me, and I can't come up with the songs by myself, so I'm revamping All Too Well now. And poor Jake Gyllenhaal didn't do anything at all, and he's just getting destroyed on TikTok, Twitter, and all of the above.
Does he care? Do we think he actually cares?
I don't think he cares about anything. By the way, since I've got you here, I can't figure out a good movie that Jake Gyllenhaal's in.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of his. What is he in that he's good in?
I mean, I guess everything except for Bubble Boy.
Yeah, there we go.
Wait a second. Are you telling me Bubble Boy's not a good movie?
I don't know how to.
That is a great movie.
You're a movie critic, and you're going to come with that take? Oh, my goodness. Okay, so I don't know what else. The only thing I know about Jake Gyllenhaal is he's got a sister named Maggie. He's got a dog named Atticus, because it annoyed me. I read it one time. You know when that those magazines are like, those movie stars are just like us, and he's like walking a dog, and I used to have a dog named Atticus, so I was like, I don't like Jake Gyllenhaal, so I hold a grudge. And then he was in one of the Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
That's all I really know.
He was the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
And I think he was good in that.
Brokeback Mountain.
Never saw it.
It's not, it doesn't mean it's not a good movie.
Okay.
I would say if you want to know if you like current Jake Gyllenhaal as an actor, watch Nightcrawler. I know it's 6 years old maybe at this point, 7 years old at this point.
Isn't that a mutant?
Nightcrawler.
Isn't that an X-Men?
It is, but not in this movie.
Oh, okay. All right.
But no, it is that kind of thing where he is a heck of an actor. He is chasing a bunch of odd roles, I would say, for the most part in these last 5-6 years, and he does interesting things in every performance.
Yeah.
So I truly think he is literally one of the best working actors.
I just think he's.
everything.
You probably like Southpaw, Jay.
I never saw
There's
it.
a movie. He was also in End of Watch. It was he was a while ago now, but that's a great movie. In my opinion, I like
Southpaw just sounds like it's just a spin-off, a knockoff of Rocky. So I'm out.
Jarhead.
It
You ever
is.
seen Jarhead?
No.
No.
You guys don't realize I watch really bad television
October
movies, right?
Sky.
No, I don't know what that is. Is that about some missile?
Yes, and
No.
it's a kid's movie.
No, yeah.
Coming of age.
I'm
But
not
no,
a kid.
isn't it related, or he just built a rocket?
I don't know. By the way, he's probably just happy he's relevant on TikTok and Twitter right now. So, and if he does, and you know what? If I was him, I'd show up at every award thing wearing a scarf now. So, just own it.
It's true. There's got to be a lot of actors that age, are just like, I should put on a scarf. This is important for my career. I should wear a scarf around right now.
Yeah, and then the thing is,
into this.
I did rock a scarf last year. Now I can't wear a scarf because everyone's gonna be like, you're only wearing that because of the Taylor Swift song.
Wait, you don't own a scarf?
I do. It's really cool.
Is it?
Yeah, I'll bring it in tomorrow. Kind of matches my hat. It's rainbow. It's cool. My mom knitted it. Anyway, talk to me about. So you watched the Rocky IV, and I talked at length about this. So I'm not going to spend too much. And you're a fan of the movie. I know that, the original.
I am. I'm not a fan of the next guy. If you're the next guy, because we know where your heart is with the Rocky franchise. I'm close. I love them all, but not all. Rocky V's rough, but this is really good, and it's really weird too because it has you kind of, at least for me, it had me in a couple of moments kind of questioning. Wait, was this scene used just in different ways? Or hang on, I don't think I've ever been in their kitchen before. This is great.
Mm-hmm.
So just little moments like that. But then I think, the main reason, doesn't it feel like the main reason he would make it, besides improving some of the fight sequences with missed punches and stuff like that, and it was amazing how he was able to edit that a little bit better. But this helps him not feel terrible about what happens with Apollo. That's what I feel like this gets straightened out more than anything.
Okay. Because why?
Because in the first movie, every time I watch it, I think there's Drago killing Apollo with Rocky's help.
Yeah, because he doesn't throw in the damn towel.
He doesn't throw in the towel, and it's one of those things where with him not throwing in the towel, there isn't motivation beforehand to make that pay off. That is one of the biggest surprises. In 80s, the twist with him actually dying. Most movies, it would just be he'd be paralyzed or he'd be in the hospital for the rest of the movie until the end or whatever the case may be. With that death, it's shocking, but it's also shocking just kind of the way that the movie does it the first time around. And this time, it really does push forth what Duke is talking about, which is the Warriors Code. And I love Duke's additional scenes, with the funeral and everything. But, this idea of the Warriors Code where it's we are warriors. You do not get to dictate how we live and die because you've accepted us as warriors. That is awesome.
Yep.
And to me, that really helps the movie in that dramatic way.
I thought the additional things of Apollo, him explaining it also to Adrian at the dinner scene, is a lot because she's the one that's more the voice of reason. You don't have to do this. They did take out the in the basement exhibition fight between Rocky and Apollo. In the original, that's where Apollo kind of feels like he still has it in him that he can do this fight because he went with the champion again, and it's alluded that actually Apollo wins that fight. So I get your point there. I thought the additions of Duke was fantastic. The eulogy that they give, the speeches at the funeral, they're tear jerkers. They did a good job. They got that right. And the addition of Duke saying "take his heart" was unbelievable to me. That changed a lot. I'm looking forward to he's cut, the Russian is cut, of course, every time. But when he's telling him "take his heart," that's just amazing. So.
I even liked, it's weird I've always had an annoyance with Adrian in these films, and I think it's almost on purpose for for Sylvester Stallone, and not that I'm supposed to be annoyed by her, but that she's playing the character correctly as far as what this franchise always wanted, and it's this thing where she is constantly nervous, but her nervous acting feels like she's about to have a nervous breakdown every time, or she's so unbelievably fragile, and that's something that is just odd in this movie because why in the world would somebody so fragile constantly want to be in this boxing lifestyle, in this boxing world. But like her additional scenes do help the film, even though it doesn't necessarily make me appreciate this character anymore.
No,
which was an interesting thing too.
I can't stand that they tried to humanize her and make her something more. I didn't. Yes, she's always been nervous. She was always afraid Paulie was going to beat her or whatever else, and that's annoying. But I didn't want anything more. He did it on purpose. I must not be the only person in America that hates her for saying you can't win, and of course he takes it out. So in this movie, she does say it's suicide or whatever else, and then she doesn't say they take away the you can't win. And he says, like, maybe he can't, but he must be willing to die, and I don't know if he's got that. They put that in later when he's training in Moscow, and it kind of is a voiceover in his head. He's got to be willing to die, because I think that's a good portion of it, and it's a good thing that they do. I don't agree with Stallone's take on that Apollo should have been paralyzed or in the hospital, and that's in the Q&A before the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
There's a good like 15 minutes, less than 20 minutes of a Q&A that they have with I can't remember who the guy is, and he talks about a few things, and he does say if he had to do it over again, he would have just had him paralyzed or, like you said, kind of in a hospital type of thing, but he would not have killed Apollo, and I completely disagree with that, in my own opinion. There's a couple other things he does. Basically, he makes a pitch for a prequel Netflix type of series. The backstory of Rocky, Adrian, Apollo, Paulie, Duke, all of the above. He does make a pitch, and I feel like it's going to be greenlit if it hasn't already.
Yeah, I would watch that in a heartbeat. I don't know. Like it is that thing where I guess it slightly depends on, actors attached, all of that kind of stuff. But like there's so much room for that, and I don't even think out of all the boxing movies, we haven't had a boxing show that comes to mind. Like every actor wants to have their boxing movie moment, it feels like. Even Jake Gyllenhaal with Southpaw. But we haven't really dove into like a weekly as far as what that could be. That could be great. I like that quite a bit. And not only that, like I was just impressed with this concept. I am not somebody who's like, don't you dare touch the original. Like, if Jaws is remade, which everybody says that's the untouchable one, but if Jaws is remade, it doesn't change the original Jaws. We still have it. It exists. We can enjoy it whenever we want. I was just really impressed about his ability to monkey around with Rocky IV and create this thing, because it does make it, tonally, it feels like it fits in today's movie world as opposed to standing out as an 80s movie, which was just kind of surprising. Like the fact that he was able to do that. The thing that makes it that 80s movie is those montages that kind of do stand out oddly, even though I wouldn't want them to go anywhere. It does kind of stand out oddly. And I forget with how much flashback there is in this movie, it almost feels like the only Rocky movie you kind of need to watch now.
Yeah.
Like you will get scenes from like 1, 2, and 3, and you'll clearly get the recap of 3 at the beginning of the film. And it is that odd thing where you're just like, oh, this is my Rocky shorthand now. I can just watch this one.
I was wrong when I said this last week. They cut out 90% of the scenes with his son, and it's not his son in real life. His son in real life was the one that was in Rocky V that passed away. So I thought maybe they cut it out because of that. But those scenes are just so ridiculous with the robot and everything else. And that's the first thing he says in the Q&A when they're like, what did you cut out? And he's like, the robot's gone. He's like, it was 1985. And we just felt like it had to be in there. But the robot's completely out. Majority of the scenes with his son are cut out, except for when he's kind of giving him motivational speech of like why he has to go fight. So... and
this is again, I alluded to the fact that it's dramatic. It does it knocks out that kind of like family fun element a little bit out of Rocky IV, which just know that for your audience going in. If you have the little kids or whatever, they might think, oh, this is kind of a little bit boring and slow, at least for the first 45 minutes before they get to Russia.
So when we're talking about this, it's something I stumbled across today. So I mean, we're both in favor of watching this, the streaming version of this. I would say it's worth the time. I'll watch it again. But this actually came across, and I didn't know this, but over the weekend in Knightstown, Indiana, 800 people saw a version of Hoosiers that the writer Angelo Pizzo and director David Anspaugh always wanted the world to see. Basically, the studio cut out the last 30 minutes of Hoosiers.
Are you being serious right now? I didn't know this story at all, and like I'm literally getting goosebumps that there might be another Hoosiers I can watch.
So, I'm being dead serious here.
Okay.
The writer and the director, the studio had them cut it down to 1 hour and 57 minutes. And they did not think it was going to work when they had them do it, but it ended up working. I don't know how this works with how many people were there, it is. MGM owns the rights to this, and they will not, as of right now, the new version will not be distributed because of copyright issues. But Pizzo does say that he's going to still try to jump through it. So 800 people got to watch an extra 30 minutes of Hoosiers, and I'm all for it. I would hope that MGM does it. We're looking at 35 years now since the original came out, and I hope, I don't know the numbers of what the one-night event only for Rocky IV in the theater, what they could do for this for Hoosiers as well, though.
It sounds like they don't want to make any money.
MGM, yeah.
Yeah, what are we doing here?
But MGM is the one that does Rocky. So they've got to figure this out.
MGM is weird right now, if I remember. And again, this is like, I can't describe how much this is like the Old West right now in terms of just the movie scene. Streamers don't want necessarily, like, there's not one place where we can find every single new movie that is coming out right now, because streamers keep their own stuff to their own stuff. It's rare for a movie to get to theaters. We don't know how many screens it's going to be on. Is it going to be VOD? All of this stuff feels a little odd right now, and I am very curious, like, the fun stuff that can come of it, such as this. Like, I feel like, if anything else, COVID gave everybody time to breathe and think, what is entertainment, and how can we entertain? And the idea that there would be so many people clamoring for, extended cut Hoosiers, or whatever, I'm thinking now it's just like, yes, I want quality, of course, and that's going to be the difference here, because when these ideas come about, it's like the first few will be quality, and then it's just like everybody else will be a cash grab to just be like, oh, we have 20 minutes left over that should never have been the original of Teen Wolf. Let's put that back in, and people will want to pay for it.
You're speaking my language, though.
Man, actually, yeah, I would want to watch that too.
We've mentioned Rocky, we've mentioned Hoosiers, inspirational sports films. Adrian has seen Hoosiers kind of like in the background, hasn't seen any of the Rockies.
It's not my fault that, like, you guys are just older than me and watch these movies. I've seen a lot of good sports movies.
Okay, what else is up there now that we can have this conversation? What are some of the inspirational sports films that are out there, though, that you've seen that you would put on a list and be like, you haven't seen that?
Air Bud.
No, stop it. Stop it.
I hear good things about the first one. I still haven't seen it. But, yeah, I do hear good things about the first one. I actually, like, Hoosiers completely. For me, I don't care about diving into every single detail of true stories. The end of Rudy gets me every time. I can't it's period. It's done. It's understood that will probably make me tear up if I'm in the mood to sit down and watch that movie at all.
Guy who wrote that wrote Hoosiers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is crazy how, like, when you think of influential sports movies, it's just my childhood that really stands out as far as, like, what grabbed me then. And even like White Men Can't Jump, I was in high school at that time, and for me, it was just like, basketball was one of my sports, and just to get this taste of basketball that, like, I wasn't experiencing in the streets of Iowa when I was playing, it was fantastic. Like, that sort of thing to me made just an unbelievably lasting impression. I remember opening day, I saw that movie pretty much at noon, and then I went back with other friends at night to see it again. Love that movie. Yeah.
That is a fun movie.
What about you? What are some more? Give me some more.
Well, again, it's, I don't know, influential or whatnot that you mentioned some of the ones that are there. Not our childhood, we were a little bit older then. Miracle's there, and I'm not a hockey guy. But
Yeah.
if I can take a line from a movie and use it on things, and it'll either make me laugh or I'm using it as motivation, I like that. And there's a line in Miracle that I've used on plenty times on my own daughter or my own son just to put them in their place. And when he says, "Last time I checked, the knee's a long ways away from your heart," I love that line. Because sometimes you can make that serious, or sometimes you can just make a joke and be like, "Hey, toughen up," or whatever else. But it's a great line in that movie. And I know that's not what a lot of people take away from that. And they don't have to, because it's really more about us versus overcoming against the Russians in the semifinals and beating Finland in the 1980 Winter Olympics. But that's definitely Miracles there for an influential movie. I'm not someone that watches like something like Chariots of Fire. That's not me. Or I've seen those Secretariat or whatever the horse ones that didn't do much for me there. But there's also sports movies that I watch over and over again, and then I can still say that you need to watch it. Major League's up there, and how ridiculous that is. But you can quote that. People know what you're doing when you're at a ball game.
Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans is good.
Well, please.
What?
I think even with Major League, people need to watch it to be like, oh, that's where the idea of Ted Lasso came from. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, there's a Major League Joe Dirt type of feel to Ted Lasso. Absolutely to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Remember the Titans there. That's a movie that I probably won't turn off. It's not one that I'll go through and be like, we should watch this, but it's one I wouldn't turn off.
We Are Marshall. I really like that one.
Not bad. It's not one I've seen more than twice. So that's
the program scared me when I was young.
Well, that's the thing about the program. I actually saw that in a theater.
Down in the middle of a street.
Jeff, I saw that in a theater before it got cut out. I actually saw that.
Oh,
yeah. So, are you familiar with the program, Adrian?
No.
All right. Well, it's good. It's about a college program. But the beginning of it, when opening weekend, it had these ding dongs in college in the middle of like a highway, they sit there and the car passes them by. Then some idiots in high school went out and did it over the weekend after watching it. So then they went and they cut it out of the film, and no one is like, there's no director's cut. Like, hey, here's a scene. I actually saw it in high school. Yeah, I think this came out in '93 or '92. Pretty sure '93. Yeah. So Omar Epps is in it.
James Caan was the coach in that movie.
Yeah, they break some rules.
You know which one continues to grow on me the older I get, as far as influential, is Tin Cup.
Tin Cup. Love Tin Cup.
And it really is, when you think about it, it is like such the weekend warrior sports movie, but like in, the professional golf world. Especially the whole ending of that film is, you know what, just go for the big risk. Who cares? What's really going to happen? Just go for the big risk. People remember you if nothing else. And I just love that attitude. And getting the yips and trying to make the comeback and all of that kind of stuff. Tin Cup is just like a great Sunday afternoon lazy watch if it happens to be on.
Speaking of golf movies, The Greatest Game Ever Played with Shia LaBeouf. Have you seen that one, Jay?
Oh yeah,
I never made it through.
I love it. It's a good movie.
I like that.
It's a good movie.
I've never made it through it.
Really?
Yeah, I never made it through The Legend of Bagger Vance either. I was like, I'm not in on this, but I've seen Tin Cup many times.
That one I don't blame you for. Yeah, you don't need to make it through Bagger Vance.
Yeah, and then let's see. Yeah, I like Tin Cup. I like the scene where Don Johnson hits it down the street or whatever else for the line. That's just always, you're trying to find the angle of how you can win the bet. I think you can learn that as well. The Kevin Costner one, this is an unpopular opinion, and I've talked about it plenty of times. I'm not a fan of For the Love of the Game. Not mine. And I was okay with Draft Day. I enjoyed Jerry Maguire. I would say it's a sports movie.
Yeah,
in a way.
Yeah, it qualifies.
What?
Adjacent. Yeah.
I don't know. What are some of the films that maybe we should be looking out for? Because now, this is what the thing I get now when you see commercials, trailers for these films. It is exclusively in theaters. And we're getting spoiled.
Yeah.
We've been spoiled. That we're like, what do you mean?
We have to go to the theater. We gotta wait.
I have a streaming app that I pay for. Yeah, I have a streaming app. What's going on now? Now I have to go. So, what are some films that you give recommendations for?
So, as far as what you can watch now, I would say easily the best kids movie of the year has been The Mitchells versus the Machines. It's on Netflix. It came out a while ago. It's a really enjoyable watch for the family. Somebody in your family is going to remind you of one of the characters, it's a no-brainer. Also for kids, which isn't bad, Home Sweet Home Alone, the new Home Alone version, it's on Disney Plus right now. It's good enough. It's not Home Alone. Like, that is a vastly superior movie, but it will work for everybody around the holidays if you need something. Best movies to rent at home right now, Old Henry. Do you guys know Tim Blake Nelson? He's one of those guys. Like, you immediately recognize him. He's got the weird face, and he plays farmer in the Old West.
Okay.
He's got a son. Doesn't want his son near the weapons, near guns, learning how to shoot, anything else like that. But then trouble comes. And he takes in a guy who's got some money, and then somebody comes to look for him, and that's Stephen Dorff. And it's like this slow burn Western that pays off in every single way at the ending, to the point where you're just like constantly chills. You didn't see it coming. It's great. So Old Henry is one. The other one is The Card Counter with Oscar Isaac. Really good director, Paul Schrader, who's made a bunch of stuff for like decades, but it's like Tiffany Haddish, Ty Sheridan, and he's a card counter trying to get through life, but it was much more significant than that because he's also an ex-military interrogator, and it goes through his PTSD with that, and it's a little heavier, but it's not too heavy, which is fantastic. So those would be the ones that kind of have stuck out. But Shang-Chi and The Legend of the Ten Rings was probably my favorite superhero movie from this time as well.
Adrian, did you see that?
I have not yet.
Okay.
I think it starts streaming on Disney Plus next week.
All right. Did you?
It's on Disney Plus right now. You can
Okay.
watch it.
Okay.
I'm watching it for a second time with my wife. Aquafina is sidekick hilarious in it, and that helps through some really, really gorgeous fight sequences. Like some of the best, like single shot tracking fight sequences that Marvel has done in these movies.
Did you guys watch Eternals?
No, I have not seen Eternals.
I actually have not seen Eternals yet. It's one of those things that it's like of the movie, like it's like, oh yeah, that's on my radar now. Now I got to get back out there. It's like I got to get back in the batting cage and get all my reps in to realize that I'm supposed to be watching like 2 to 3 movies a week, and there's supposed to be new ones and all that kind of crazy world. Yeah, like I know. What do we have coming up? We have King Richard, which actually will be HBO Max and in theaters same day. We have House of Gucci, which I think is just in theaters, and that's either going to be a great drama or amazing train wreck with that cast. Ghostbusters Afterlife and the animated film Encanto. I think those are like the 4 big Thanksgiving time films coming up.
Are we excited for Ghostbusters Afterlife?
I picked up a little buzz from some friends who have had a chance to see it, and it depends on your relationship with Ghostbusters. If you're looking for Ghostbusters like you grew up with, it sounds like this movie will not deliver that. If you're looking for kind of that Ghostbusters world with some nods to it, but it's trying to do its own thing, then it might work for you. This is what I'm picking up right now.
Okay.
I wasn't excited about it, even though like it's that thing where there's nostalgia and like with the director's son taking over for Ivan Reitman to do this and like all of that kind of stuff. It's a cool idea. I don't know. I never felt like the world needed more busting of ghosts if Bill Murray's not going to be the lead doing it.
Wow.
Have you seen Clifford?
I'm avoiding Clifford. I'm not telling my kids about Clifford. Like it's one of those movies like I don't want it on in the house. I don't need Clifford. There's like so many. I let them watch Paw Patrol, and I felt like I was nice with that. There's so many other movies. I just had them watch actually Ethan Hawke's White Fang from like ever ago, and it's just like there's so many movies that we can actually put effort together and find for our kids that. There's some movies that I happily can turn the other cheek to, and Clifford will hopefully be one of them.
I have one more question for you before we let you go, and I appreciate your time, Jeff. I've been given information about a podcast. I know you like podcasts. I don't know if you've heard about this. Have you heard of Haleywood?
No.
Okay.
What's Haleywood?
It's a story here. I'll give you the description from iHeartRadio, and I know they're not part of Town Square Media, but I'm not. I want to give credit's due. And tell me if you know the story when it comes up, though, if you're familiar with it. So basically, the description is this: on screen, Bruce Willis dodged bullets and explosions in Die Hard and countless action films, making him the biggest movie star of the 90s. Off screen, he dodged the tabloid press and became so determined to live a private life, he moved to one of the smallest towns in Idaho. But he didn't just want to live in Haley, he wanted to transform it. Soon, this sleepy old mining town was home to a culture clash between Hollywood spectacle and small-town values, with real-life secret rooms, car chases, and betrayal worthy of a Willis thriller. This is Haleywood, and it just came out, the podcast. And it's a story about how he tried to transform this little town into basically his own town. He started buying things. And the movie Striptease, which Demi Moore was his wife at the time, did their premiere here in this city.
I'm totally going to listen to this. Yes. Episode 3 is called Planet Hollywood.
Yes.
Instead of Hollywood. That's great.
Yeah. So the only 3 episodes out so far. Yeah, they came out October 28th, November 2nd, and then last Wednesday they dropped episode 3. So.
See, this is the thing. Like, I don't even know about this. How do I not know that this existed? There's too much stuff, and there's nothing to keep track of it anymore. And what's hilarious is I used to be somebody that was capable of keeping track at least of the movies and everything going on in the movie world. But it does feel like it is I feel like an old man ranting. Like it's slipping between my fingers. But thankfully, I guess you're here to pick up my slack in this situation. So
always here to help. Hey, thank you for your time. Let's do this again soon. We'll talk more movies and things to be streaming and watching. Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you too, Jeff. Thanks.
Take care. Yep, bye. All right, that's Jeff Bayer, movie critic out in Portland, Quad City guy, known him for years.
He told me all I got to do is watch Rocky IV. I'm all there.
He's not wrong.
It.
He's not wrong, to be honest with you.
All right.
They do the movie montage.
That's what I'll do.
All right, we got to take a break. We just did over 35 minutes straight, and we have to take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to speculate what we think the 5, 6, 7 teams, the 5, 6, 7 seeds in the NFL might be.
I'm here for it.
When we come back. All right, ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us for local.
You like that? You like that?
Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
This is Turk Wendell, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us. We're local.
Dell Technologies' biggest business sale of the year has arrived. Step up your vision with Top Tech up to 50% off during their Black Friday event. Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. Plus, get incredible savings on Windows 11 PCs, along with servers, monitors, and docks, all with free shipping. There's also special financing with Dell Business Credit. Get started by contacting your Dell Technologies advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Hey team, we landed the contract!
Kayo's web design studio just landed the gig of a lifetime.
It starts next week?
Their staff needs to double before the dream deal becomes a nightmare.
We need front end, back end, a project manager.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? So it's about that time for an oil change? We've got what you need. Right now, you can get 5 quarts of Castrol Edge Full Synthetic or Full Synthetic High Mileage and an STP Extended Life Oil Filter for just $31.99. And you can get it all fast, your way. Just order online with our free same-day store pickup or next-day delivery.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Start your job today at AutoZone.com. Restrictions apply.
At Crawford Company, we specialize in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. Sports, on the other hand...
Hey, Crawford guy! Go long!
No, I can't!
Here comes the pitch to Crawford guy. Strike 3.
Come on, Crawford guy, take the shot!
Sports may not be our specialty, but home comfort is. Crawford Company, plumbing and drain cleaning, heating and air conditioning.
Back by popular demand, Gobo Productions presents One Night of Queen. Since forming Forming in 2002, Gary Mullen and the Works have performed to sell-out audiences all over the world. And now they're back in the USA for a brand new tour. One Night of Queen is a spectacular live concert recreating the look, sound, and showmanship of arguably the greatest rock band of all time. You'll hear classic Queen numbers including We Will Rock You, Fat Bottom Girls, Another One Bites the Dust, Bohemian Rhapsody, and We Are the Champions. One Night of Queen, performed by Gary Mullen and the Works. This show will rock you.
Coming to the Tag Slayer Center March 19th. Tickets are on sale now at the Tag Slayer Center box office and Ticketmaster.com. Presented by Town Square Media.
I'm Omar Reese with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Matthew Stafford threw 2 interceptions, including a pick 6 for the second straight week. Odell Beckham Jr. had just 2 catches for 18 yards in his L.A. debut. And the San Francisco 49ers, behind 2 touchdown passes from Jimmy Garoppolo, hand the Rams their second straight loss with a 31-10 win on Monday night. Niners have now beaten the Rams 5 straight. Elsewhere, Ron Rivera confirming Monday that Chase Young is done for the season. The reigning Defensive Rookie of the Year set to undergo surgery to repair a torn ACL. Steelers safety Minkah Fitzpatrick has tested positive for COVID. Fitzpatrick, the second Steeler in 3 days to land in COVID protocol, joining Big Ben Roethlisberger, who tested positive Saturday night and missed Sunday's 16-16 tie with Detroit. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Napa know-how.
Right now, a 5-quart jug of Napa full synthetic motor oil is only $19.99. It's the hottest deal of the year for the coldest time of the year. So if you're in your car right now, there's no need to turn on the heat. I'm about to read this sizzler again. That's Napa full synthetic for a hot $19.99. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating locations does not include taxes and fees. Advertised sale price not available in some states. Offer ends 12/31/21.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Wait a minute. I've heard that before. That's the note Jeremy wrote to me in my yearbook in the 6th grade. How'd you even know that?
Because it's from Geico.
Yeah, wait, here it is. Dear Luke, have a great summer. P.S. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more. Love, Jeremy.
Geico's had this tagline for years, because we help save people money.
So wait, you're saying Jeremy copied you? Yeah, that actually does sound like something the J-Man would do.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
From the Vegas Gaming Cafe, this is the Quad City sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBLB Davenport, a Town Square media station.
All right, ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us. We're local. Tuesday, November 16th. Want to thank Jeff for calling in. Jeff's out in Portland. Movie critic out there from here originally. Gave us some talk, and yeah, like you said, now you only have to watch Rocky 4. He gave
Perfect.
you yeah. There you go. Booked. There's my night. Not tonight, probably, but no.
Oh, you know what I think I'm going to watch tonight? Speaking of movies, that Rock and Ryan Reynolds movie on
The
Netflix.
Red Notice or something.
Yeah,
Why do I keep calling it that? I think that's what it is. Though.
I think it might be that. I think it just looks funny. Yeah, I like those two. I like Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
cracks me up.
I'm gonna stick with Succession. I got to get through. The faster I can get through the seasons, and I can get caught up to where it's
and
at
I gotta
now.
finish Manifest. Jeez, we're so
I'm
close.
not on that.
We're so close.
So I watched just the dumb things. The Peacock. I watched One of Us is Lying. I don't know. Felt like I had to keep watching it. I made my daughter get sucked into it. Some teenage drama where someone dies, whatever else, and we got it's a whodunit type of thing. It really didn't do too much for me or get it too crazy, but oh well.
I watched Monday Night Raw last night.
That's a great point because my buddy was speaking of it off the air when we talked about TikTok.
Okay.
Parker, who was on the show, sent me something, and someone said, "What's an unpopular opinion?" And I will share that because I want to know what you think of this TikTok. So, it's not a bad idea to share this because I want to know what you think, all right?
I gotcha.
you have that might piss some people off.
What's an opinion?
Today's professional wrestling is actually really good. We're just so conditioned to be in love with nostalgia and the way that things used to be that we're not willing to accept anything new.
What's an opinion you have that might piss some people off?
Okay. Completely agree with that.
Okay.
It's just the way the minds work.
Sure.
Yeah. Everything just kind of repeats itself. Don't act like these kids aren't enjoying wrestling exactly how it is right now. My nieces and nephews love it. I mean, that's what it's for adults too, but I mean, mostly it's kind of for the kids. You know what I mean? Like it's the younger generations. You know.
I would assume by any generation things change.
Absolutely. You start picking on people that like just like old school wrestling, you know. Yeah, we loved it and everything like that, but then it's like that Michael Jordan talk, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the best it's ever gonna be.
I want to acknowledge Tom Ackerman on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread. He said, "You guys are wonderful to listen to while drinking and golfing." LOL. And I'm like, yeah, I bet.
He's in Mexico.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
Just got done playing 18 holes in Playa. He said, beautiful course. But I mean, how great is that? I'm sure it's just like, well, you suck at golf, but not as bad as these two guys talking about sports. So you got that going for you.
Listen to this?
Yeah.
This guy's talking about Taylor Swift.
Yeah, have you listened to this ding dong? The guys like starts talking about, oh, you should probably use a 5-iron. You don't know anything about golf. You know who doesn't know anything about golf? These two idiots that we're listening to, just over and over. Like their egos just get played up every time. Like, yeah, you're right. That's a good one. So, so I think that's what every generation going through wrestling probably was. I bet you there was a time when you had all that hardcore stuff going on, that there was an older generation that was like, man, I think everyone's supposed to be a superhero. You know, whatever happened to the Brooklyn Brawler, or they all had like gobbledygooker type of thing, and that's when Vince was stuck in that everything's like a superhero He-Man character. And I'm assuming that's just how it changes.
And in 10 to 15 years, it's going to happen again.
Yeah, it's always going to change. Yeah. And I think it's what we talked about before. I do believe that pay attention to this. Like, if you are a big professional wrestling fan, and I've gone to the wayside, it used to be like legitimately growing up. This was me. Saturday night, watching NWA wrestling on TBS 5 to 7 o'clock.
Okay.
Religiously. There I am, 4th, 5th grade. My dad's doing whatever else. My brother's out doing whatever else. I'm watching TBS. I'm watching Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, the Road Warriors, everything else. 2 hours. Sunday morning, did I go to church? No. Not a big deal. Watch WWF Superstars at 11 o'clock. Then for an hour, I'd watch TBS again. And do that. So I grew up at NWA, and then Monday Night Raw comes on the air. You watch that. Then I go off to college. Yeah, do you lose it a little bit? But it's kind of like Days of Our Lives. You can pick up in a heartbeat. Yeah. And
you didn't have like the internet. Like now I have the internet. I follow kind of like that same thing. When I fell off, I had the internet to be able to continue following.
And if you're lucky, a dirt sheet. So I would watch it. Maybe I would set the VCR to Monday Night Raw. Fast forward. And then you have the Monday Night Wars, which are just, I'm sorry, they're incredible. And any documentary you watch is just fantastic to watch. So that's where I was through the 90s. And then, again, you get older, you get a job, you get married, and kind of goes to the wayside. And then you're like, wait a minute, I have kids now, and I'm going to introduce them to this.
They become more important.
Yeah, and so you start watching, and you fast forward. Now it's on DVR, and you can fast forward, and depending on what you like. Merrick will sit in here, and Merrick will tell you he likes the technical side of it. He wants to watch good wrestling. I'll tell him I want the interviews. I want people to cut promos. And I think maybe that might be the little thing right now is because we know that the WWE is so tight on their promos, it's so scripted that there's no one out there that is a Jericho or a Michaels or anyone that can do their own promos, and they can say, you're supposed to say this, and they'll go, okay, and throw it away. Jericho, notorious. And the writer would be like, no, Vince, what you say? He's like, I got the bullet points. I'm not going to read a script.
This is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I can cut a promo. Obviously, Rock can cut a promo. Stone Cold can cut a promo. Triple H can cut a promo. I would assume AJ can cut a promo. Flair can cut a promo. But and I don't know. I think I read not too long ago, mentioned the internet, that Roman Reigns said that he hasn't followed a script in
I want to
a
know
while.
if that's just scripted line though. I can't tell. I can't tell.
But like I said, I feel confident when saying that AEW is the up and coming thing. They're doing a great job. It's awesome. Everything else. But they're going to bury that young talent. That young talent is going to take it over the WWE, and you're going to see another resurgence. That's all. And they cut all these people. We see this purge, but it doesn't help when they'd make a purge on a Thursday, but on Tuesday they released that they had quarter 3 earnings that are highest that had been in years.
Yeah.
And that's not COVID. When I say years, not a COVID year. So it doesn't look good.
15 guys, and there's another new 15 guys about
Yeah.
to restart.
And I don't even know what they've done for NXT to make it 2.0 or anything like that.
Change the colors.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't follow it. I should at some point, but I'm like, all right,
It's just
sounds
not
good.
as dark, basically.
Yeah, I'll listen to a few podcasts here and there. I'll always listen to Shoemaker, the Masked Man Show. He does a great job. He's a great writer. And Cheap Heat just got, in a weird type of WWE move thing, Cheap Heat is no longer on ESPN. It has gone over to Spotify and the Ringer show. So, Cheap Heat is with Peter Rosenberg and Stat Guy Greg and whatever else, but that's where Shoemaker came from, and ESPN was the one that put it out there. Great title of a podcast, Cheap Heat, and they do a great job. He's awesome. He's a DJ in New York, works for Hot 100, and the guy knows hip-hop. He's a white Jewish kid who knows hip-hop better than anybody you can ever imagine. So he knows professional wrestling, so he knows how to host a show. And that's pretty much what I follow. That would be the thing. And I'll watch it here and there, but I think when it travels, and I am interested in St. Louis. I'm interested in Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I am too. Yeah. The tickets that I want are a little bit more expensive than I want to spend, but I want to be. Yeah, I'm not trying to sit up.
Well, for those people who are going to get you shares of the Packers, they can spend the $300 on that, the ticket idea, instead of that.
That's not a bad idea. I
Yeah.
like that.
I know we said we were going to do the 5, 6, 7, but we went off to the side, and we got to get our last break in there before we go.
What are you doing this afternoon, Jay?
I have a meeting with Elite Sportsbook.
That's fun.
That I'm going to do, and then I don't have any sports to take the kids to, so I think maybe start the leaves.
Okay.
I do have some cleaning to do or whatever else, but and I got writing to do, and I'm sorry. I'm not kidding you. I'm breaking down these lyrics.
Yeah?
This will be something that's going to be written on ESPN 11.
I only ask. I'm just trying to plug myself. Working happy hour today.
Oh, sure.
Frick Sap,
Yeah.
2 to 7.
That's the best plug ever. I don't really care what you're doing. That's a great plug.
None of that.
You're working happy hour at Frick's. Where's that at?
2 to 7, 1402 West 3rd Street, Davenport, Iowa.
Awesome.
2 to 7, $2 domestic bottles, $2 wells. All afternoon.
Meaning he's got to go now. All right, we will see you guys later. See you tomorrow. Appreciate you, Quad City. Stay safe and sanitized. Good luck today. Good luck every day.
This is Len Casper, the voice of the Chicago White Sox. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN 1170.
An online presence was important, but now it's a necessity. Town Square offers premium website services that get you new leads every day. Go to mylocalcustomers.com to receive a free competitive analysis to help you find more local customers online and help grow your business faster. Plus, a dedicated marketing specialist so you don't have to mess with updating a website. It's fast and easy with no contracts. Cancel at any time. Be one of the first to sign up and receive $500 in free advertising